in me. I bring the flame that sets you free, that sets you free. Oh, I am.
Come on, get this. Let's go.
It's a drag race. They wreck behind him. Kyle Busch will win.
Yes, sir. Checker.
A drag race. They're sideways, and it's going to be Logano getting the win. Out of 3 and 4, this win's going to punch his ticket to the championship 4.
That's how you do it.
Welcome to the NASCAR Pre-Race Show presented by Sugarland Shine. Fans, you're looking at Martinsville Speedway. I know you're seeing Air Titans right now, but don't worry, the rain is going to move out. We're going to be racing in plenty of time for the drop of the green flag at 2 p.m. Eastern. This is the site of the final race for the round of 8 and one last chance to punch your ticket to the championship 4 at Phoenix. Welcome into Studio 3. I'm Alex Weaver here in Charlotte, North Carolina. We have a great show for you guys today. We're going to sip up with Mark and Digger from Sugarland Shine. We're also going to pay tribute to the Martinsville master, Jimmie Johnson, and we're going to hear what our Cup Series drivers have to say about being the aggressor or being the defender when it comes to the closing laps of Martinsville Speedway. But first, let's get you up to speed. It was a wild week in NASCAR with the Texas race pushed to Wednesday and Kyle Busch finally getting his first win of 2020. Hendrick Motorsports also announced on Wednesday that Kyle Larson will drive the number 5 for HMS starting in 2021. And finally today, when the green flag drops at Martinsville, Brad Keselowski will be starting on the pole. Before we get racing this afternoon, let's take a look at the current standings and how our round of 8 drivers stack up before racing at Martinsville. Joey Logano in the 22 is the only car locked into the championship 4 at Phoenix. Kevin Harvick is 42 points above the cut line. Denny Hamlin 27 above the cut line. Brad Keselowski is 25 points above both Alex Bowman and Chase Elliott, with Martin Truex Jr. and Kurt Busch both entering Martinsville in a possible must-win situation. Well, I'm happy to be joined on this Sunday from one of my favorite parts of the country, East Tennessee. We have Mark Ramsey and Digger Manus joining us. Guys, with this Moonshine, I want to talk to you about your background because I missed the overalls memo. So I want to know how the overalls came about and how we got into moonshining.
We can't take credit for the overalls. I think they were created in the early 1800s.
Well, honestly, we can't take credit for moonshine either, but we were blessed to be born in a place where we had a lot of mentors, that taught us what we think we know today.
Let's get into both of you guys' backgrounds. How did we get started in this business? Did you come out and just think, hey, I want to go into the moonshine business?
Never was that easy. I was a young boy and I went with my daddy to pick up a load of liquor one time. And I was fascinated. You took this nasty looking slop and put it in a big shiny, well, it's dull at that time,
Yeah, it wasn't shiny.
but a big old kettle, and what came out on the other end was clear as spring water, and I sold. But
My family had made liquor. My papa, which I never knew him. My dad followed in his footsteps, but he kind of quit when I came along because he didn't want to go to jail and leave mom and me without any means of livelihood. So he kind of quit at that time. And some years later, I guess it just somehow presented itself to me. And I'm like Digger, once you bite on it, you're hooked. So it's something that you can't get away from.
It's a family business. We relate well to that here at NASCAR. So let's get into the Sugarland Shine portion of things, because you guys have your own blend, 2 of them with Sugarland Shine, and you have become really instrumental with that brand and partnering with them. So how'd that come about?
well, I guess that they thought we were interesting enough that maybe they would put us out there, and I hope we hadn't disappointed them. And beyond that, we've got some pretty tasty recipes. They were sellers before Sugarland's come along, and they're still doing fine out there today.
Honestly, Digger and myself, we're blessed to get to be part of the Sugarlands family. They're really, I know this sounds funny, a moonshine distilling company, that is family oriented, but they really are a family, and, they're great people. And I think the association with NASCAR has been great. Sugarlands did everything they said they would do for us. And in turn, why, Digger and myself, we've tried to do everything that we said we'd do for them. So
we do our level best.
It's a good partnership.
It's about time that Moonshine made it back to NASCAR. If it wasn't for a little liquor being made, NASCAR wouldn't be here at all.
All right, Mark and Digger. So I know that you guys have two blends. You have the rye apple and you have the hazelnut rum. How did we come up with the fact that we wanted to do apple and hazelnut flavored moonshine?
Well, number one, they were both big sellers back in the day. There was no moonshine bar in Cobb County called Fort Marks. And both of those were big sellers up there. They were the top two actual moonshines under their mixed drinks as far as sellers. And Mark liked the apple really good, and I loved the hazelnut. So it wasn't a hard choice.
You know, we when we got together with Sugarlands, they were so good. They didn't ask us to rubber stamp something that they came up with. When we decided that it tastes like it should be, they agreed. And, you know, they simply asked for our input to where it could be the best it could be. They did that. And, you know, we're honored to have someone that cares that much about our recipe to want to keep it true.
Okay, so growing up with the moonshine and distilling business, what's the best part of the job and what's the worst or the hardest part of the job?
Worst part's carrying all that sugar.
All the lifting, the heavy lifting and the toting, you know, and we're getting a little long in the tooth, and you know, that's the hardest part of it. You love it when the moonshine starts running out, but getting to that point it's a struggle.
And I guess you'd say the best part of it is you're carrying on a craft that has been around here for hundreds of years. And you got a lot of hobby distillers out there, but you don't have a lot of moonshiners. And that's about the only way I know to put it. And, you know, it's knowing the tricks of the trade. Legal distilleries, they use it in a more scientific manner, but our guys are the ones that started the process. You know, they were chemists and didn't know it.
I want to check in with you guys. I know you're from East Tennessee, which we race there at Bristol, Tennessee. So I know it has some strong NASCAR roots. Who you picking to win today?
Now, I don't keep up with statistics. I don't know who won there the most. You know, that I know who I like. Moonshiner's good. I'm going to go with Chase Elliott.
All right.
I'll stick with him. He's a good boy to start with. He stays with his fans, and we're big about taking care of our fans and taking time out for him and them. So I'm gonna stay with him.
Yeah, whether Chase has ever done any part of moonshining or not, he has loyalty to his fans that you know, I think it's required.
I'll be sure and ask Chase if he's done any moonshine in here soon. We may can get him in contact with you guys and see if he wants to take that up in the woods. All right, well, I appreciate you both for joining us today. I got some of the samples of your rye apple and your hazelnut, so I'm excited to try both of those. Enjoy the rest of race day, and we'll see you soon.
You too, thanks.
Well, Mark and Digger are ready for race day, and fans of NASCAR and Sugarland Shine can enter for a chance to win daily prizes at sugarlands.com/NASCAR. With only 2 races left in his full-time NASCAR Cup Series career, Jimmie Johnson gets to head back to the track that he's been dominant at. Let's take a look at his 9 wins as Jimmie Johnson became the Martinsville Master.
Walk in the park for Jimmie Johnson. No one anywhere close to him. He comes to the line and wins the Subway 500.
They are racking and smacking at the exit of 2. Jimmie Johnson holds off Denny Hamlin.
For the 5th time this year, Jimmie Johnson goes to victory lane. He'll score a victory for the 2nd time in his career here at Martinsville Speedway.
The heads up, be ready for it.
Here we go. He's going to move him. He's going to move him. He's going to move him.
Here comes
the
Gordon.
inside.
He's got the inside. They touch once, twice. Drag race. Jimmie Johnson. Jimmie Johnson proving he's determined to go for 3 championships in a row. This will help as he wins today at Martinsville Speedway in Virginia. They both go up the racetrack. Here comes Stewart in the 14. Jimmie Johnson wins at Martinsville on the 25th anniversary of Hendrick Motorsports' first win.
Johnson is going to be able to hold off Kyle Busch. Kyle takes a run at him, won't get there. win and championship lead to Jimmie Johnson at Martinsville.
Here comes Jimmie Johnson, win 62.
Jimmie Johnson, 5-time the dominator today for Hendrick Motorsports. 8th win here.
Jimmie Johnson wins in Martinsville. 79 career wins for Jimmie Johnson. And more importantly, one step closer to the elusive 7 championships.
Not only is he looking to make it to victory lane for one of these last 2 races, he's also riding with 10,000 of his closest fans. Special paint scheme with Jimmie Johnson in that 48 Chevrolet Camaro. So 10,000 of his closest fans will be riding along, hoping to make the 48 stay and make it to victory lane for 500 laps at Martinsville. With only 2 races left to rack up those fantasy points, I'm going to send it over to my friends and fantasy gurus, Steve Letarte and PJ Walsh. All right, guys, I need some help because I want to win this fantasy league.
Yeah, Alex, absolutely. We can help you on your fantasy lineup. Just go to NASCAR.com. PJ and I put content there each week to help you in your fantasy lineup. But PJ, a lot of favorites heading into Martinsville. 3 big ones. Brad Keselowski on the pole, Truex, and Hamlin. Of those 3 favorites, what kind of odds am I going to see, and who do you like?
Yeah, you're going to get Truex at plus 325. Hamlin and Kez are plus 550. I actually like Kez. It's tough to give up him being on the pole and having the best pit stall at such a short track.
I like the first pit stall. For some reason, I think Denny Hamlin's going to have a great day today. I think he's a little embarrassed with how they ran in the spring. He's going to try to take some momentum into Phoenix. Well, if they're the 2 odds favorites, the emotional favorite has to be Jimmie Johnson. What kind of odds can I get on Jimmie?
You can get Jimmie at 33-1. I actually really like this bet. You know, he's won 9 races here, as you know, and he was really good in June, 4th best driver rating. So he's a good mid-value tier pick.
Well, listen, you can't bet against Jimmie Johnson in his last start there. I think you have to put some emotional money there, Alex. Good luck and enjoy a great race today for Martinsville.
Well, it is almost time for racing at Martinsville, and it's time for a race day cocktail. You can use Mark & Digger's Rye Apple Moonshine to make a fall into fall sangria. For more unique recipes, visit sugarlands.com/recipe. All right, I'm welcoming Cole Pearn, our championship-winning crew chief now from Canada, so it's a little earlier there for you. Good morning. Happy race day.
Yeah, a little bit where I'm in, or my part of the world, I guess. But yeah, just excited to go. Looks like it's going to be a good day for weather. Not going to have a repeat of last week, so that's a good start.
Yeah, hard to believe we're already talking about the last race before Phoenix for the championship. In June, though, at Martinsville, we raced there, and we saw a lot of guys kind of miss that setup. They were lapped early. What's it going to be, and what's the concern for today? Is that going to happen, and hopefully they have it figured out, right?
I would say there's a better chance than I haven't figured out, given the fact that it was a new rules package there, the first race, and huge opportunity, different tire, huge opportunity to miss it. I think guys will be a lot more dialed in, but now you're going to be the 3rd race in a weekend, and that's going to be a lot different. You know, everyone talks about how Martinsville rubbers up and changes, so definitely going to be a little bit different than what it was in the spring from that standpoint.
Well, you teed me up for the perfect follow-up because we have already seen trucks. We've already seen Xfinity. So can we learn anything from those 2 races and take it to the race today for the Cup Series?
Yeah, obviously first race with the choose rule. So I think that's probably the thing that was most interesting to watch. And I think it's kind of what we expected. You can, as long as you get a good start and you can hold someone down, the outside can be okay. But after a few laps, you're going to want to be on the bottom. So it's a short-term gain on the outside, and then you're going to have to get down.
Well, as a crew chief, you've been pretty successful at Martinsville, so I'm going to put you on the spot today. I'm going to make you say it. What do you think is going to be the winning strategy when it comes to those closing laps?
Having the fastest car and not getting run over.
That was such a typical not tell your secrets answer.
Well, I mean, that's the key of Martinsville is you got to be able to maintain track position and stay up front, and you got to be fast to do that. There's long runs, so if you're bad, it gets exposed for sure.
All right, well, I'm going to put you on the spot again. I'm going to make you choose your winning pick. We don't normally do these when we do our shows throughout the week, but because it's race day, I'm going to make you pick a winner.
I hate picking winners, so but I got to go with the 19s. Won the last 2 races there. It could be bad luck for me to pick them or good luck. I'm not sure, or it probably doesn't matter. So definitely, they've won the last 2. They're in a must-win. Got to give it to them.
All right, well, I don't know if this is really bad luck because I picked them in the preview show earlier this week, so I'm going to have to go with the 19 of Martin Truex Jr., so I don't know if it's good for us going 2 for 2.
Could be. I don't know. We'll take it. Or it does, again, means absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably wrong anyways. All right, so you're going to be doing those in-race Twitter hits that fans can watch on NASCAR's Twitter page. You have a lot of thoughts during the race, so they are always entertaining.
Yeah, it's hard to cram it all into 45 seconds, but it's good. And yeah, I've been enjoying doing that.
All right, well, it was good to see you. Happy race day. Enjoy Martinsville.
Aggressing, without a doubt, because then I don't have to lift. Or, you know, somebody blocks me, I can just say arrivederci or whatever it is, and take care of some business.
When he gets that run down in the corner like that, it's hard to hold him back.
No, I mean, I think you always want to be in the lead, no matter where it's at, and you want to be the guy controlling the race. So that's the position I'd want to be in.
Not a fan of defense. That's pretty much the most stressful situation you can be in. Taking guys' air away is really critical, and we all have learned how to do it pretty effectively. But at the same time, the stress level that it puts you under, I'd rather be on the offense and finding a way around somebody, because that means you have the faster race car, and I'm all good with that.
You always want to be in the lead. And if somebody's catching you from behind, well, you just got to try to pull away and separate yourself and be that leader and push ahead and win with confidence.
Put me in the position where I can win. I think that's all you can ever ask for as a driver is just to be in position to where you can win and not be fifth on the last lap, right? You don't really have that much of a shot. But if you're in contention, that's all you can really ask for, no matter where you're at.
Fans, one last look at Martinsville. It's looking like we're ready to go racing at 2 p.m. Eastern on NBC. Who's going to lock into the championship 4 and whose dreams will end after the round of 8? There's only one way to find out. And thanks for watching the NASCAR Pre-Race Show presented by Sugarland Shine. Fans, keep it locked and loaded on NASCAR.com all day for your racing needs and all of the action at Martinsville. Happy race day and enjoy the race.